Good afternoon, Speed Gaming community, and welcome to this tournament race between HayfieldBay and Brogor. I am Nitro6003, and I welcome in my colleague here today, Drowsy1. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I am excited for this race. What are you thinking about this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, what are your thoughts on this race we're about to see?
Oh, I'm really excited. I know HayfieldBay, from what I was told, has a 1-0 lead, so Brogor has his back to the wall, so we'll see how he does here. And we'll see what Uncle decides to give us for the escape. Always the 10 bomb start, probably the more difficult of all of them, so I may be hoping for that one.
We can always hope for something to make it a bit spicy, right?
Always. And since this is the main tournament, we will be going with the hard item pool, which basically means we are only up to a maximum of 14 total heart containers with pieces as well in there. 3 swords, up to tempered, no mail upgrades, no silvers, and only up to the fire shield. I don't actually know if there's actually a purpose to the mirror shield other than lagging the game, but that's what you will see for this race here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, the runners have got to be used to it by now, right? They've played at least 5 quals apiece. And by the way, Brogor came out of nowhere to do really well in the quals, but unfortunately has not done too well since group started.
Yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. Maybe he'll get a good break in this game here and be able to sneak out a win and force game 3.
Yeah, because otherwise he is out of the tournament if he can't eke out a win here. And it is worth noting that both of these runners... Oh, and we start with a flute. It's worth noting that both of these runners, as we see a 5-6 crystal on Desert and blue and red pendants on Eastern and Hera, both of these runners did have, tough losses in the first round. It wasn't like they were just kind of swept out and into the losers bracket. They both went down 2-1. So they do both have victories against the other runners in their group.
Yeah, absolutely. And almost a pretty vanilla pendant there with a hammer start. Just missing that green pendant. And the escape will be done with the hammer. And of course, it's always nice to get the flute nice and early so that our runners don't have to walk everywhere.
And hammer is a good item too for escape. The only drawback is really the small hitbox. Other than that, it does temper damage and is a third of your Dark World access.
Yeah, exactly. I happen to like HayfieldBay's sprite right now. I'm a huge fan of Mega Man.
It's always amazing just how many sprites there are, like hundreds and hundreds at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. Other than the hammer's wonky hitbox, it is at least an item that doesn't run out of ammo so that these runners can farm to their heart's desires.
Now we should also talk about the fact that the runners don't currently have bombs, and they're going to need one for the back of escape. And as you just saw on Brogor's side and Hayfield earlier, the bombs, the guards dropped a blue rupee, which I do not believe shares a prize pack with bombs in any combination.
Yeah, I don't think so. But that doesn't mean that the rats can't, who are in a different category, may have bombs, so.
Right, it just means that they're opening for potentially getting bombs before the back of escape is narrowing.
Or they can just get it in Zelda Cell. That's always works.
Makes it a lot easier. And it'll be back of escape before we have a chance to get any more items, because Dark Cross has to be a key now to be able to progress to the back of escape.
Yeah, and since we can't, unless we figure out a way to go through locked doors, that's not gonna happen. So the key will be in the Dark Cross, which is the only room in the game that will have the free lamp cone. Otherwise, all the other rooms will be pitch black without the lamp.
So now we just have the long hike here. Might as well talk about how these runners got here. That specifically, Brogor lost to D-Demolisher and HayfieldBay lost to Ravis. So those two runners are now in the winner's bracket here in Group X, but they have not yet played their first match. However, the winner of this series will go on to face the loser of that series in a final do or go home.
So at least if well, yeah. So if HayfieldBay wins, that he will face he will know his next, more than likely his next opponent once they start playing that series.
So there's that key, as we were saying.
Now it's time for the final boss of Escape, so to speak, that infamous rat.
At least we have the hammer and aren't trying to, like, kill the rat with bombs or Samaria or something.
Yeah, that is true.
And as I say it, the rat just runs away, but there we go.
That's what I'm saying, he's infamous. There's a sword and 2 heart pieces, which is always nice.
Yeah, so back of escape, very worthwhile today for getting that sword.
I know I've seen a lot of runners, especially when we get bow starts, go straight to Eastern when it's a crystal, just to get it out of the way. But I'm without a bow and without any kind of fire source. I'm going to assume that these runners will go straight to CAC. And not counting the items, HayfieldBay opens an unnecessary chest.
Well, conversely, Brogor did count the items.
Right, exactly.
And that map check also showing why Brogor looked a second or two behind, because he had already checked the map.
It looks like neither runner is going to go check the Aga ledge at this point.
Yeah, a lot of runners don't like to check there without boots, because they figure, well, as long as it's not in logic, what do I care?
Yeah, I'm definitely in that category. I hate checking it.
And our tier 2 tree pull is bombs, which is nice. And that's a lot of money in the mushroom spot.
That is a nice... That'll put all of the money they need for CAC, and they just need one more 300 to get Zora.
And we're really lining up to be able to do a lot of stuff in CAC. We can activate the flute, we can check Sick Kid now.
Oh, if we got the powder somewhere, we could full clear all of CAC in one fell swoop.
That's true. We can walk up to Magic Bat thanks to that hammer.
Yeah. Or if we got a mushroom and Cane of Samaria, that works too.
Though with full magic, Brogor would first have to do quite a bit to deplete his magic.
Yeah, and Cane of Samaria, definitely not the most easiest way to do that with. Let's see how good of a thief blind was today. Just bombs, heart container. Oh, that is more than likely one of our first mail upgrades, as you'll now see some of those green 20s lying around.
Yeah, considering we haven't gotten anything else progressive besides the sword. Oh, and there's a lamp, so we're now either a cape or a master sword away from Aghanim access.
Oh boy.
So more money here. We're getting close to Zora money, though Zora's not in logic.
And logic's magic. These runs will try to do that before they run Aga, I'm going to assume. And this is a second bottle and a glove.
Now Zora's in logic.
Yep, and we need only one more piece of the puzzle to not have to do Aga. We just need that moon pearl.
Yeah, so at this point, the only thing that could force Aga is if the moon pearl is on Pyramid Ledge, or something locking the moon pearl is on Pyramid Ledge, or if there turns out to be something in Lumberjack.
Exactly. So our chances of getting a full clear of Kakariko are getting slimmer. Just Tavern, Sick Kid, and Race Game left, and the library. Oh, there's Dark World access. And Bombos. And what's really kind of a little scary is that we are one glove and flippers away from being able to dip Ice Palace. Okay, it looks like neither one of the runners are going to check to see, and just 20 rupees after race game, so they'll leave that alone. And on to the South Shore checks. Neither one of our runners is going to the Dark World yet. Okay, both runners are about to drain the dam, and then head over to MMC Cave, Mini Moldorm Cave, for items there. And just triple bombs there, so heading over. Brogor just like, I'm gonna blow up Mini Moldorm Cave. $20 and a hook shot and a book and a piece of heart and another piece of heart. I'm wondering if either one of our runners will go straight to desert in hopes that it's not boots locked. And we have our first bit of divergence. Brogor is going to desert as HayfieldBay is heading over to Ice Rod Cave. He's following that book. Just a Pizza Hut in Ice Rod Cave. Let's see if we are boots locked in Desert Palace or not. HayfieldBay going up to rescue the old man, and so far we are not boots locked at this point getting the small key. Do you need the big key also? And there is the big key, so let's see what the item is on the torch, but at least as for now, the dungeon is completable. And there's one of the items. Looks like HayfieldBay might be going to the Dark World, deciding not to do any of the mountain checks yet. So going to Hype Cave, and there's the second item on the torch, just 20 bucks. We'll leave that there. All right, map check. Green pendant on pod, and then the other 5-6 crystal is on ice. And we will be going to Turtle Rock today, so we are going to need that ice rod, fire rod, Samaria, and all those other goodies for Turtle Rock. All right, 20 bucks first item in Hype Cave, and another piece of heart, and another full heart container, and another full heart container, and a green rupee. So other than lots of health, not very much in Hype Cave, like usual. And HayfieldBay heading over to Stumpy. Or just more money. And Landmola's fight for Brogor using hammer strats. Down goes one of them, down goes two. And HayfieldBay is going to do some digging. And Brogor strikes first with crystal number 1. Let's see where HayfieldBay goes next. Some potions. And Brogor is going to check Agina. And just another heart container. And it looks like HayfieldBay is going to the Dark World into Village of Outcast. Probably going to do Thieves Town. Oh, never mind. He's going to read the pedestal. So we're going to find out at 1725 or so if it's the ped seed. So get your hypes up for the pedestal. It is just couch cash. Sorry, folks. That being very annoying to HayfieldBay. And Brogor doing his map check. He's going to start with Skull Woods.
Yeah, an interesting choice here. It is a crystal dungeon, so we're going to have to come back with the fire rod. There are 2 items, and they may both be in the back.
And with there's another green 20, so that's red mail right there we know of. So we know where both mail upgrades would have been, since we still have no bow and we haven't gotten all the swords yet. Alright, so far just a compass in Thieves Town. We're in 2 different dungeons, and Brogor cannot go to the back unless he finds the fire rod. And there's our bow.
So much for my dream of first bow in GT. So much for the runner's dream of getting to avoid pod in Eastern.
It's always, they can still try to avoid it. And I believe we saw 10 arrows on Brogor's side so far, so that's one of the items in Skull Woods.
Yeah, I'm a bit more in line with Hayfield's decision here to go straight to Thieves Town, that if Skull Woods were a pendant, I'd be more behind Brogor's decision that, okay, you see if you can get 2 items out of it and then you never have to go back.
Yeah, unless he had found the fire rod, but he did not, so unfortunately for him, he'll have to go back and into it later when he does get the fire rod.
Vanilla dungeon items are always really trolly and rando. It's kind of ironic.
That is for sure. Okay, so we're going to check Bumper Ledge, just a heart piece there. And I agree with you. I like HayfieldBay's decision too. Going into a full clearable dungeon that you know you can complete versus a dungeon you cannot complete, and hoping to find the item that you need to complete it in the dungeon.
Not that Thieves Town's really given us anything good. Well, no, it gave us that bow, which, well, I stand by my remark. That's not really good because it opens up 2 pendant dungeons.
Yeah, full clearable pendant dungeons at that. And we already know there's nothing on the pedestal, so there's almost no reason to go there.
Well, Pod's green pendant, so that means Pod effectively has 6 items.
Yeah. And the green pendant has been kind of like, come test me lately in a lot of the races.
Interesting decision on Hayfield's part to do the basement kind of the reverse of... Oh no, I miscounted keys. That's the problem with both runners in the same dungeon. I looked back and forth, thought Hayfield had done the big chest, which he now did. Mushroom's an interesting find, too.
Now the big question is do you save the mushroom, or do you save and quit in hard reset? because you don't want to. If you see like powder on the lumberjack, you can kind of get around that.
Well, since we don't have mirror, we have to do a save and quit before returning to the light world anyway. So yeah, I'd say once you save and quit to the light world, immediately flute to 2, and if you don't like the result, do a hard reset.
Yeah. And HayfieldBay doing an amazing job with this script of blind. All right, just $20. So other than the bow, as you mentioned, which only opens up 2 pendant dungeons, really no progression so far.
Yeah, and there are no other crystal dungeons we can clear.
Well, nobody has done Dark Death, Light World Death Mountain yet, so interesting to see if any of our runners go up that way. There's a lot of items up there.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, particularly Hayfield, who went to the trouble of making that save point on Death Mountain, hasn't checked all those items.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if he's also hoping to get the Titan's Mitts before doing that.
Yeah, but we're running out of spots otherwise, unless we want to start diving pendant dungeons.
Which is always gross.
So I would much sooner check Light Death Mountain without the Titan's Mitts than start diving pendant dungeons.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it looks like HayfieldBay is going to also go into Skull Woods to not find any progression there either. So both runners will be double dipping this dungeon essentially.
Yeah, HayfieldBay basically erasing the advantage he had by not coming here.
Yep. The good news for him is that both of the items are right here, so he will get both items relatively quickly, so he won't have to do all the checks that Brogor did.
And thanks to Relkin, our tracker, for his information in chat about how different undead enemies behave differently here, that Gibdos get stunned by the boomerang but not by the hookshot. Stalfos get stunned by the hookshot and damaged but not stunned by the boomerang.
It's the weiritudes of stunning, as you mentioned. I mean, we were given that early flute. I really think going up the mountain would have been a very good choice.
Yeah, early flute plus early hookshot.
Exactly, and hammer. So, Hera, even again, it's a pendant, but you could at least check it.
Yeah, and it's a pretty fast dungeon. You just have to hope nothing's in the basement.
Yep. Clean fight for Brogor.
So both of our runners have kind of hit the end of what they can do. I guess Brogor still hasn't been to Hype Cave, has he?
No, he has not.
So he can continue south and do Dig Game and go to Hype Cave that way. And Hayfield really doesn't want to do Death Mountain.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. Oh, he's going to do what you had mentioned, turning in the mushroom, seeing what it is. If it's not important, he's going to go straight to the hard reset. But that is a requirement, and we need that.
And it specifically means that fake powder is with the mushroom is completely impossible this game.
Right, exactly. So game's like, nope.
You want magic bat? You're gonna need powder.
Yep.
What sort of symbol is Brogor drawing? Looks kind of like a dog.
Yeah, I like it. And HayfieldBay also not going into Desert Palace. I wonder if he's the one worried about being boots locked. And it looks like he is finally now deciding he's going up the mountain.
Oh, phew, because I really think there's progression up here.
Yeah, I mean, we were given everything to do all of Death Mountain so early.
I'm gonna guess it'll be either the mitts or the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, we're setting up that way. Well, there's the other cane.
Which is mirror locked. And inside is just a vanilla piece of heart. So Brogor is looting our not particularly hype cave today.
Yeah, we get to see our 0 out of 0 again for Hype Cave.
But I do kind of wonder about Zora. Not that the seed takes money into account for determining logic, but we have had plenty of Zora money.
Yeah, that never...
Oh, here we go. Brogor's gone a fake flipper.
Oh, so yeah, we'll get information that way too. So new information is awesome. All right. Well, there's your fire rod and your mitts. Okay. What else? And more money for Zora and more bombs.
So if the runners, had just kind of done Paradox Cave first, they could have done Skull Woods in one go.
Yeah. And now HayfieldBay could also do Dark Death Mountain, which is, I guess, what he was hoping to do to begin with.
And as it is, if Meyer is Bombos, we can do all of Meyer.
Yeah, and all we need is flippers to do Ice Palace.
Heck, if Turtle Rock is Bombos, we can do all of Turtle Rock except for Trinex.
Yeah, that's a really scary thought.
Well, I have to imagine Hayfield will be using the Turtle Rock portal so that if it is Bombos, he can open it while he's there.
And Ether Tablet just trash. All right, let's see what's in Hera. Not even gonna pick up the small key.
Hey, and there's our powder on Waterfall Ferry.
So yeah, but it is locked behind the flippers.
And we are going to need those flippers because they are logically required for ice and hard required for swamp.
Oh, there's the ice rod, which is also hard required.
Wonder if Brogor knows Ancilla deletion.
If he does, then he can get it right now and not have to come back later. Well, we'll find out if he knows it or not in a minute.
Okay, so we haven't gotten any items out of Harry yet, which means one's on Moldorm and one's in the basement. And that was a very nice splash delete by Brogor.
I need to learn that. Well, now
So when
we have both items between the two players to kill Trinex.
yeah, he just needs to flute to 2 and then flute to 1.
Yep. Well, there's half magic, not required, but that's a pendant dungeon that HayfieldBay just completed.
And given that swords have been scarce, half magic will be definitely nice for the Ganon fight.
And more and less for the Trinex fight with hammers. Just really nice to have.
But of note, Brogor did not turn in the mushroom.
Interesting choice. So he does not have Kena Samaria.
And for all we know, the logic could be well, no, the logic isn't intending a full clear of Turtle Rock, though it could be intending anything short of Trinex as the next play.
Yeah.
The logic could be putting flippers in Turtle Rock and expecting a double dip.
I've seen Laser Bridge have flippers more times than I care to admit.
And Hayfield is remembering to reclimb the mountain rather than take the portal below so that he can do the Turtle Rock portal and potentially open Turtle Rock itself.
And get dead rocked in the meantime.
I like how he's just kind of, nudging the dead rock impatiently.
He's like, move out of the way. Alright, what is Turtle Rock? It is ether, so not yet.
And Hayfield just momentarily checks to remind himself.
Although I've also seen seeds where Hookshot Cave has the Turtle Rock medallion sitting right next door.
Or Super Bunny Cave, even.
Yeah, or even, yeah, Super Bunny Cave, too.
And to confirm to chat, yes, Brogor got powder in Waterfall Ferry. Yeah, that's the other thing, that Brogor doesn't even need to worry about a reset because he has powder, so he can turn in the mushroom and not even be thinking to save scum.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he hasn't turned in the mushroom yet. But he can't do Turtle Rock anyway, so... Oh, well, we have boots.
That'll probably send HayfieldBay to desert.
Yeah, he's going to check Aga first, I'm going to guess. Do the 2 boot stuff he can do from Sanctuary. And then, yeah, I'm going to say he's going straight to desert.
Yeah, so we'll see King's Tomb and then Bonk Rocks and then Lumberjack Ledge.
And there's the final shield for HayfieldBay.
So what are we still missing? We will need ether, we'll need flippers, and we'll need mirror, and I think that's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting closer to go mode already.
Oh, and I guess there's still a chance that Meyer could be Quake, and we'll need to find both remaining medallions.
And a sword.
Oh yeah. Sword important.
Yes. What's really interesting is that we still don't have access to Aga 1 anyway without a cape. Not that it's necessary anyway, but just saying.
Okay.
Got a master
So,
silver cape.
officially not seeing Aga this seed.
Nope, not until the top of the tower.
And I guess Hayfield wants to see what that item in the back of Skull Woods is.
Yeah, I guess he's going to do that prior to going to desert. I think if I were Brogor, I would check. I would do. I don't know if I would do Skull Woods first, but I would definitely check Meyer to see what the medallion is, since you can. And if it is, oh well, he doesn't have Samaria. Never mind.
Yeah, from Hayfield's side, I'd probably, since he hasn't done Desert yet and now knows it's full clearable, probably do Desert and then immediately flute back to 6 and check Meyer.
And he'll have a little bit of a faster Landmo fight with the Fire Rod and half magic.
Definitely.
I was going to say, is Brogor going to check Ice Palace? But no, he's going Ice Rod Cave first.
I forgot he never went in there. Moth being really annoying and staying at the top of the screen for way too long.
That seems to be his job, to be very annoying.
Finally gets him. Hey, and Brogor is going to show us that Meyer medallion.
It's Bombos.
So we can full clear Meyer as Hayfield picks up his second crystal. We're now even on the crystal count.
Well, there's the Quake medallion, which is useless in this seed.
Yeah, Brogor still needs to turn in that mushroom. Hayfield will at some point need to check the Zora area because he's going to need that ice rod.
Yep. Now, I wonder if that was the other bow that is on the...
Brogor, you're going in without turning in the mushroom? Does Brogor forget he has the mushroom?
He must, because he's fluting away. He's going to Ice Palace without Samaria. So he won't be able to do the icebreaker.
I want to check if he marked it on his own tracker or if he forgot to mark it. No, he marked it. He marked it on his tracker and just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
That also precludes him from doing Icebreaker here in Ice.
Yeah, he won't. He'll have to do the Ice Palace bomb jump, which I hope he remembers. And Cold Stare with Hammer, although he will have the Fire Rod, but still, Cold Stare is not a pushover, so it's not going to be an easy fight for him.
At least he has 10 hearts.
Yeah, that is going for him. And I believe Cold Stare does 4?
Yeah, with green mail.
Yeah.
So having trouble with that second Stalfos Knight, too.
Well, at least he's rewarded with a fairy.
Meanwhile, HayfieldBay is charging through desert, really doing this dungeon quickly. He's got the fire rod out. He has half magic. Expect a very quick landmost fight.
I'm kind of curious if HayfieldBay is, as you said before, going to go straight to Misery Mire for a full clear right after.
Oh, and I guess Brogor hasn't done the bomb jump in Ice Palace in a while.
No, and that is the danger of some of these things. No,
and looks
HayfieldBay
like
is going to join Brogor in Ice Palace.
looks like he's doing the flipper checks
No,
first.
Oh, yeah, that's smart because he'll see the ice rod, and if he knows the flipper delete, splash delete, he'll be able to get it also.
It's amazing to me how quickly Ancilla Splash Delete became quote-unquote easy, because I remember when it was first discovered, very few runners could really pull it off reliably. I'd see a lot of runners waste all their arrows and bombs trying it, and now there are just so many good runners who can do it as if it were nothing.
And he just saw the mushroom in his inventory and the powder, so I'm going to assume now he knows about it. And he's going to kick himself when he turns it in. Oh, so HayfieldBay not going to Zora. So he was not going to know about the ice rod.
Oh, he wants capacity upgrades.
Yeah, that's always good. But he has Samaria, so I'm going to assume he's going to do the icebreaker.
Yeah, especially with the fire rod out now. Or rather, with the fire rod out, just he's clearly going into ice. Now, it's interesting because both runners know they need the flippers and they know the flippers aren't in ice.
Right, exactly. But they could find the mirror in here, but then all the mirror locations aren't going to have the flippers either.
Right. And if they find ether here, they know the flippers aren't in Turtle Rock either.
Exactly. So it's actually not a bad decision to at least eliminate places where where things can't be. Well, there's the cave. That doesn't help.
Yeah, because we know we don't need Aga, and we know there's nothing on Bumper Ledge. It does, however, put Spike Cave in logic.
Yeah, it does.
We're starting to run low on checks that aren't in pendant dungeons, though.
Yeah, I'm still going back to that green pendant and pod should be a good check.
Oh, and Brogor, having not gotten that half magic from Moldorm, is using a bottle here so that he can continue his fire rod strats. To answer chat, Spike Cave logic is either blue cane or half magic plus cape, or you can substitute a bottle for half magic since you can just put green goo in it and it comes out to the same thing. But it is possible to get through Spike Cave with the blue cane and no half magic.
Alright, where's Brogor going now? I'm gonna guess where he's entering the Dark World. It looks like Pod.
And also, since we're discussing number of items in Pod, there are effectively 6 today because it's the green pendant, so we can always turn that in for a 6th item after getting 5 out of Pod. Oh yeah, Brogor is going to do the big bomb.
Oh, right, he has 5-6 already.
Another place where we're not going to find flippers.
Right, right. So
let's see if Brogor can pull off the bomb dupe here. If you do a screen transition right as you hit 0. Takes him 3 tries, but he does it.
not something I know how to do, but I'm glad he does.
You have to do a screen transition right as the counter hits 0. And since he was still on 1, he was like, okay, if I do screen transitions as fast as possible, maybe I'll get 1 to happen on 0. Oh, and also, with Coldster dropping that small key, Brogor knows that he was expected to have the Cane of Samaria in Ice Palace.
Yeah. And what's really interesting between the two runners is they both are missing key items. And the thing is, for Brogor, we don't know why he hasn't done the mushroom yet.
Looks like he's about to do Catfish. Okay, Hayfield's going back to Mire area. I expect him to fully clear Mire here.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that. Especially he's going to see its bombos right here, and he's going to full clear it.
Okay, Catfish is junk. So now what, Brogor?
Now is he going to turn in his mushroom?
It's fluting somewhere.
He is not.
Probably finishing up Skull Woods.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not turning in his mushroom, though. He saw it in his inventory when he switched in Ice Palace from mushroom to powder.
Must just not have registered with him or something.
Yeah.
It's like how sometimes runners can go into a pendant dungeon thinking it's the crystal, and even though they have different music, the music just doesn't register because they're that convinced. And if Brogor is that convinced of you know, not having the mushroom even though it's on his tracker, he's just not thinking about it.
And unfortunately, we got the God Mire in a time where we can't use it.
Yeah, Relkin, our tracker, pointing out that didn't Brogor already check Bumper Ledge before?
I thought he did, but I guess he didn't.
I think so, after his first dip into Skullwoods. Maybe after this, Brogor will try the Smith chain, and we can at least see if there's anything on Magic Bat.
Yeah, it would be a good thing.
Nice way of dealing with the fire snake on Hayfield's side. Just throw on the cape.
Yeah, I love some of the new tech that's come out with how to use the items like that. Just lots of keys in Mire. Lots and lots of keys. Oh, there's Ether. That's a rock right there.
Okay, which does mean that flippers could be in TR.
Yes, they could, and Mirror could be there too. But no ice rod for HayfieldBay, so only thing he's missing is the ice rod. So he must find that, which we know where it is.
The good news is, assuming he does check Zora area at some point, he'll be in go mode by the time he hits Swamp and can just go mode Swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, he just has to get up there. And he already did some of the flipper checks.
Wow, that was a pretty nice use of the cane. Follow it up to make sure it hits the switch.
All right, let's see where Brogor goes next.
He's going to pod.
Yeah.
Could have something.
It very well could, but unfortunately for him, it's not going to have Cana Samaria, which is on the mushroom.
With the fighter sword, there's no nice fast way to do Vitreous. With the cape, you can at least do these sword spins with the cape on, and then they do Master Sword damage. Bombs and arrows are your other possibilities.
Yeah, he does have a full stack of bombs. Although he does have to be a little careful of his health.
He bought the upgrades. At this point, I would probably just be using arrows.
Oh, Brogor forgot to go get the key. Or, well, think that it might be a key. So other than the Ether Medallion, nothing in Mire either.
Did we see the other item in Mire?
It might have been like 10 arrows or something, but I don't remember. I'm sure he full cleared it, so I'm going to assume it wasn't important. Probably 10 arrows.
Chat saying 3 bombs. Thank you. So, where's Hayfield going now?
Probably
Pyramid Fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, or following Brogor into pod.
Not from that portal, he isn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he could go from the Pyramid Ferry.
I mean, he still hasn't finished his flippers checks. That's got to be on his mind at least a little bit.
Yeah. I agree with you. It does not look like HayfieldBay is going to do the bomb duplication glitch at this point.
Hey, there's finally our Master Sword, so Pod wasn't a total bust.
Yeah. There are 2 more swords out there, though, so if they're, we'll see if HayfieldBay follows him or not.
I love how Hayfield's spin speed was so fast that he kept catching up to that Moblin spear and having to slow down.
That was, was really funny.
Oh, Hayfield's got to be careful with his health, though.
And the Arrow of Destiny.
French vanilla.
Yeah.
Its vanilla location is Rupee Basement. You have to wonder why the devs decided that it would be a good idea to put a single arrow in a chest in Rupee Basement.
I have always wondered that myself. I've wondered a lot of things about this game. HayfieldBay is going into Eastern. Or Saha first, I guess. There's the mirror.
Oh, mirror in Rupee Basement. Okay, so Pod is definitely required.
Yeah, and there's still the green pendant. What's nice about this for Brogor is that he could just use the mirror right away, right after he does Helmasaur King. So this is really not a bad thing that he was able to get it.
Where's Hayfield going now? Oh, he never did Meyer's Shed, did he? He doesn't have Quake. That's all he's gonna get out of there, but... Okay, I forgot the bug net.
Oh, the swag net.
Are we going to see our first Dark Death Mountain play on HayfieldBay's side?
Yeah, it looks like it. And he could go into into Turtle Rock if he chooses. The biggest issue with Turtle Rock for him is that he's not going to be able to check Mimicave while he's there either. And we know he can't clear the dungeon, so it's going to be a mandatory double dip of Turtle Rock.
Maybe he finds flippers quickly, and that'll send it to Zor area. Except again, yeah, he's probably not doing Pod for a bit.
Right.
Brogor having a bit of trouble here with phase 2 of Helma King, but he gets him.
So yeah, so this is gonna be a double dip for HayfieldBay no matter what.
Sorry, I love how Helma King dropped the silvers and they immediately turned into a green 20 when Brogor actually picked them up.
Well, I guess now we know where silvers would have been. So we know where all of our mail upgrades and our silvers were.
And Brogor taking that mirror so he can immediately deliver the green pendant.
Brogor also did not do Saha's closet. Not that there was anything in there, but still.
When you get really early Dark World access, it can lead to very unusual routing decisions.
So all we now need to do is find the flippers, essentially. For
our own no mode, but it's going to be a while before either of these runners are in go mode.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take Brogor going up to do the mushroom check, which he seems to be avoiding very, very much, and HayfieldBay needing the ice rod.
Well, at least if HayfieldBay has to double dip Turtle Rock, he knows that Brogor is going to have to pretty well full clear it too, because the big key's vanilla, which means that you're clearing everything to that point. You've spent all your small keys, so you're going to have to go the long way around because you don't want to risk leaving a small key in the big chest.
Right, exactly. Oh, Brogor's going to do hammer pegs. I wonder if he's also going to do smith chain too.
I hope so, because then we can finally see what's on Magic Bat.
Yeah, I would like to know. And now with all the hearts that HayfieldBay has, he's going to see tons of those green 20s now.
Yeah, so it isn't great that Hayfield's going to have to go all the way through Turtle Rock again, but unless flippers are in Mimic Cave, it's also not horrible.
Yeah, that would be probably the worst at this point.
Well, there's our third bottle from the Smiths.
All right, well, Brogor's going to do magic powder before doing anything else. Maybe this will have him remember that he can do the mushroom.
I'm disappointed in our bat.
And there's the third sword that we know of. One on Laser Bridge.
So HayfieldBay is definitely going to have tempered because he has to go into pod at some point. He'll full clear the front before he goes to the back, so he'll get tempered.
Brogor on the outside might be in go mode by the time he gets to Turtle Rock. And
yeah, with that small key at the top of Laser Bridge, no guarantee he'll do the rest of the bridge.
Right. And HayfieldBay is going into pod.
Okay, so this is good for him. Though he's now going to start wondering, uh-oh, did I leave something in Mimic Cave?
It's going to be on the back of his mind until he finds slippers, that's for sure. And he still doesn't know where the ice rod is.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be less inclined to fake flipper because, well, the ice rod is the only thing besides flippers he'll need once he finishes here in pod.
Right.
Okay, Brogor's gonna pull Bombos Tablet, another check we haven't really talked about.
Right, because we didn't have the Master Sword, but we did see that Ether Tablet had trash. But now we'll actually see what's on Bombo's tablet. And just money.
I wonder if I should change the stream title to Cane on Mushrooms, since this seems to be coming up in chat about every 2 minutes.
And unfortunately, it looks like Brogor might be. I wonder if he's going to go into Mr. Meyer without the Kina Samaria.
Yeah, so what checks have we not seen? There's Hera Basement, there's Spike Cave, and there's Mimic Cave. Is there anything else we haven't seen between the two runners?
Eastern.
Oh, right. No one's gone into Eastern still. And a lot of that's Sphere 1.
Yeah. And Brogor's going to finally get his Kina Samaria and be kind of a little teed, I guess. Yep.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Well, at least now he can go to Misery Mire and get Ether. At least he remembered before he went into Mire. And there's the Tempered Sword for HayfieldBay.
Okay, have to do a prediction on this since we are an hour 11 minutes in and neither runner has set foot in Eastern Palace. Were the flippers in Eastern all along?
Yeah, I mean, there's very little locations of where they can be now.
And to chat, the flippers are not on Trinex because the ice rod was on Zorledge.
Right. It could be a Mimic Cave for sure. Which
yeah,
would mean,
so that's the only... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that would make Turtle Rock a mandatory double dip, technically speaking.
Head's been checked. As we've discussed, I believe the only things we're missing that aren't flippers locked, besides Eastern Palace, are Mimic Cave, Hera Basement, and Spike Cave.
Right. Well, HayfieldBay is going into Eastern.
There's one check a bust.
There's two checks.
So, not looking very good for flippers in Eastern, though Hayfield noped out.
Did he get all three items?
No, he only opened 2 chests.
Oh, so then, yeah, there's definitely a third item in there. And
It's like, why wouldn't you at least go to the third chest?
that... Yeah. That is unfortunate, because leaving those things open is pretty bad now.
And there's Brogor's Ether.
So now Brogor needs to just find the flippers. Don't know if he'll get to Tempered Sword or not. I guess it depends on if he goes to Turtle Rock before doing Eastern.
Well, now that he has all this stuff, he might say, hey, let's do Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and then we'll know about Mimic Cave because he'll have the mirror. And if, and the gross part of this whole thing is if for some reason it is on Mimic Cave, it's going to take HayfieldBay a very long time to get back there.
If it's the third item in Eastern, it's going to take HayfieldBay a very long time to get back there.
Yep.
Now, HayfieldBay can't even do Magic Bat because he didn't fake Flipper to get the powder.
Right.
Brogor discovered in that previous room, he was trying to do Spooky Action Glitch, but he had so much trouble with the Samaria block in the room before that he, if you will, unspookied.
The one good thing that Brogor's going to have on this fight with Vidi is that he's going to have a Master Sword, so it'll be a little bit faster for him.
Though he also does not have half magic, so he just needs to swing like crazy, because as long as you're actively swinging the sword, your magic meter doesn't drain on Cape, because, hey, that's logical.
The things that the Cape does that's logical are really just that.
But anyway, Brogor makes it through here. So he's finally caught up to HayfieldBay in the crystal count.
Right. I think if I'm Brogor, I think I go straight to TR.
Oh, right. Hayfield's doing checkerboard since he was kind of in the area. But it'll be interesting to see what he does next.
Yeah, with the flute up to the mountain, Brogor is definitely going to Turtle Rock now. So we're going to see Mimic Cave, and we're going to probably get a Tempered Sword and a full clear on Trinex.
Yeah, the only way we don't get the Tempered Sword is if those flippers are in fact in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, or he goes the other way from the bottom up.
What's Hayfield doing now? Did he never do Graveyard Ledge? Probably not.
Oh,
That's
no,
probably where he's going.
Because he didn't have the mirror then.
Right. I mean, reasonable checks. We know they're not anything, but they're reasonable checks.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, everything is reasonable.
And you found the mirror so late and it wasn't flippers locked, so you gotta wonder if maybe the flippers are mirror locked.
Right. I mean, that was the hope of finding the flippers, the mirror in a flippers locked location, because then HayfieldBay would know that Mimic Cave could not have the flippers. And he might be going back to Turtle Rock? Possibly? Or Spike Cave, maybe. Spike Cave.
Spike Cave could be the answer.
Yeah, and then he still doesn't know where the ice rod is, though.
And also Hera Basement while we're over here. Right.
Yeah, I think Hera Basement first, and then Spike Cave.
Yeah. Now the worrisome thing is if he does find the flippers, you know, he's going to want to go swamp because, hey, that's a crystal, which means he's full clearing swamp.
Yep, and then Brogor, when he finds the flippers. And right, HayfieldBay decided not to get the small key while he was here, so now he has to get the small key.
Right, because first time he was like, I don't want to do the basement. I'm not even going to grab the small key. That's how much I don't want to do the basement.
Well, what's kind of good about Cape is that if all you have to do is like kind of like press up against the wall and, nothing, and you don't have to actually do very much. You can just stand there. Or you could do it this way too. Where are those slippers going to be? Are they going to be right here? Nope.
I mean, it was something blue.
It was blue, yes.
But that also gave him a magic refill, which is good for coming through here because he doesn't quite have enough health to cheese it without using either the cane or the cape.
I wonder if your HayfieldBay, where'd he go next? Because he left an item in Eastern too. Another blue thing? It's not it?
So we're basically down to the third item in Eastern and Mimic Cave.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm mystified why HayfieldBay left that third item in Eastern.
We will ask him.
As we asked Brogor why he never turned in the mushroom until an hour 10 into the race.
Yeah, I would. That is something that I think will be an interesting question as well. As Hayfield is finally doing his flipper checks with the fake flipper.
And we're about to see Mimic Cave.
Yeah. So now the question is does HayfieldBay know the splash delete?
Here we go. And there
flippers.
It is.
Yeah, so they were in Mimic Cave. Oof. That's an oof for HayfieldBay for sure.
But maybe the ice rod will then send him back up to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, the question is, can he do the splash delete?
He's going that way? What is he? Oh, he had to get out of fake flipper mode to splash delete. That makes sense. No, that didn't quite work. Second time. Oh, no. This is a really hard splash delete because you have to both be able to jump into the water and then you have to maintain the fake flippers as you go over the waterfall. And Hayfield can get the first but not the second.
There it goes.
2 bombs are better than 1.
Yeah, right? Oh, and he's not going to get tempered. Okay, so interesting. So it's gonna be Master Sword Silverless on one side, unless there's another sword somewhere that we don't know about at this point, and Tempered Sword Silverless on the other.
So Hayfield just needs to remember to check Mimic Cave as he goes by it.
Right.
Don't just rush Trinex. And even so, his best shot at catching up is just the fact that he has Tempered, and if Brogor doesn't get it.
Well, he didn't get it on Laser Bridge, so most likely, unless there's another sword in his path to the big key in GT, it's unlikely.
Actually, Brogor doesn't have half magic either, so that could combine that with Master Sword Silverless Ganon. That could make for a rather tender Ganon fight, though he does have some potions.
Yeah, I'm going to assume he's going to fill his potions up to the max before doing that, but who knows?
So there's crystal number 6, sorry, for Brogor.
That would be nice to have the Tempered Sword right there for him, though.
Definitely. So I expect HayfieldBay to have a faster Trinex fight.
Yeah. Easier with half magic to begin with.
So Brogor out of TR at about 125.25. Let's see what the time difference is when Hayfield gets out of there.
Hopefully hopefully, like you said, he remembers Mimic Cave. That's gonna be his only problem if he doesn't remember Mimic Cave, which it looks like he's going to, so thankfully he will get the flippers.
He's gonna kick himself for coming up here without the mirror, but at least he's got it.
Yeah. And HayfieldBay's fight, just in general, with temperature is going to be better than Brogor.
Yeah.
Master.
I mean, Argus, for example, is going to be quite a bit faster for HayfieldBay. Shoutouts to our tracker Relkin, who's one of the few people I know who can do a one-cycle Master Sword Argus, or practically a zero cycle.
That's impressive. Well, Brogor is still looking for things, which is interesting.
He probably wants a tempered sword, the irony being that he skipped Laser Bridge.
Right, that's what I don't understand, why he skipped Laser Bridge when he was like 10 feet away. We'll have to ask him that also.
So it looks like we're going to be talking about a 3-minute difference coming out of TR here.
Yeah. And 3 minutes, is definitely a thing on all the Master Sword fights that Brogor is going to have versus the Tempered Sword on the other side.
Yeah, this Trinex fight is going so much faster with Tempered.
I think
So
Brogor's only hope now for a tempered sword is on his path towards the big key.
So we're about 325-ish difference between the two runners coming out of TR.
Yeah,
now, of course, GT basement routing could also factor in here.
Right. The big question is going to be is the thing is temperature Ganon versus Master Ganon is going to be much slower.
Yeah. Right. That's a minute or two there, right there, just on the Ganon fight that HayfieldBay will make up if Brogor doesn't find the fourth sword.
Right. Because it's 52 spins that Brogor is going to have to do.
Nice ice rod strats, though, on the main bulb, and that's going to be our 7th crystal for Brogor, as well as his 14th heart container.
Well, he has that going for him. Well, now it's time to play everybody's favorite
game we like to play. Yeah, those of you who put in numbers before the bot responded, you're going to have to put in another number.
Yeah, there are 22 possible locations where the big key is going to be. For Brogor's sake, I hope it's tile room only to help him find a tempered sword. But but that's just hopeful for him. I mean, that doesn't guarantee that there is one there.
Hey, that fourth sword could have always been the third item in Eastern, right?
Yeah, that is a possibility as well. And we are going to go off of Brogor's pass through GT since he'll be going in there first.
Yeah, Hayfield not checking anything because there's really nothing he could get at this point. I mean, a boomerang?
Right. Although he checks back.
I say that, he didn't bother the diver down chest, but he got the waterfall chest.
I just laugh because I don't know, just laughing. Oh goodness gracious! So Brogor. So let's note the time. Brogor is entering GT at around 1:32, and some change there. We'll see how much time before HayfieldBay enters. So 1:32:07 officially. And Brogor is going right. Chest number 1. Is a small key. Chest 2 is a tempered sword.
Oh!
Bail out from GT. And the shovel on the torch for good measure.
So now it's going to come down to basement routing and execution, plain and simple.
Which is how we like it. A small key there. And 10 arrows.
That said, just having... Oh, and there we are. That's key. Number 7, right?
Number 7, yep.
Yeah, so HayfieldBay was able to narrow his deficit by about a minute just by virtue of not doing those extra checks for the most part in Swamp and having the tempered sword. But he's still down about 2.5 minutes.
Right, and now they're even on swords, so that won't be a problem anymore either.
And I think Our tracker may have an in with the GT Biggie guessing game people.
Why do you say that?
Oh, 40 points says that.
Hey, the trackers work hard. They deserve it.
Now, Brogor could make up a tiny bit of time if he decides to go left first. I don't know what he's normally in the habit of doing. At least he can't go full right. So, he can't wind up any... Sorry, HayfieldBay. I spoke backwards. Yeah, HayfieldBay can't take any longer in GT Basement than Brogor did, but if he goes left first, he'll save a tiny bit of time.
Does he have enough keys? I was gonna say, does he have enough? Were there enough keys to do left, right, left? But he's gonna just go full left and get his key sooner.
So let's see. Brogor entering Landmo room at about 135.08. Hayfield has 2 small keys. Brogor has 4 small keys. Neither of them are going to have to beat Mini Helmas.
That's always nice. I love the Wisdom room now that you can just kill them all at once. Those things are so fragile compared to the original Wizrobes in the Zelda 1 games.
I mean, they're basically glass cannons, because if you get hit by them, it still does a lot of damage, but they don't fly around like the blue Wizrobes in the first game. That's what makes those really annoying, that they fly around.
Yes. All right, floor 6 for Brogor at 136. And 136, HayfieldBay enters the gauntlet. So this is Brogor's race to lose, essentially. As long as he doesn't have a Ganon fall or death, he should be okay. But there's still a lot of variables to be done.
Okay, so Hayfield Bay into Landmo, he's now within 2 minutes, but it would still take a Ganon fall for him to catch up at this point.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Aga 2 for Brogor at 137.35. As HayfieldBay enters Wizard Room number 2.
That looked like a triple.
Oh, that was a nice one. 3-1.
That was just a single.
Oh, down goes Aga. Wow, that was really clean. So 138 officially, Brogor enters Ganon as HayfieldBay is about to fight Trolldorm.
I'm glad that the duck is not betraying us.
Right? Our duck.
So this should be... Yep, that is phase 2.
Brogor's entering phase 2. As
Cape
HayfieldBay
and
is about to
Spinadex.
enter Aga.
Oh, that did not go well for HayfieldBay. So he's gonna lose time on this Aga fight.
Brogor gets the torch glitch. But yeah, this is definitely Brogor's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, he's getting his swings in there. I'm not sure what he's up to, but yeah, barring a Ganon fall, this is Brogor's race.
He even got, I think he got a couple of triples in there.
Yeah, that Tempered Sword really made a world of difference. And honestly, like, the fact that he decided to do Hope Room first really paid off for him, because you gotta wonder, if he had gone left first, would he have continued looking for a Tempered Sword?
Probably not. And he would have, I don't know if he would have gotten the win. So he just needs to cross this 1x3 bridge. Get your GGs in chat for Brogor, as we're going to just continue with the HayfieldBay is going to finish off Ganon here pretty quick. But yeah, I think that big thing was what kept him in this race, because I think Master Sword Silverless would have been, it would have been much closer. I don't know if he still would have pulled it off, but it would have been much longer of a fight.
Yeah, as HayfieldBay is already finishing phase 3, only half a minute after Brogor finished.
Yeah, so I think if it had been Master Sword Silverless, I don't know, or would he have continued opening chests? We have no idea.
Oh, and we should say, since Brogor didn't actually stop his timer, his official time is 1:40:45.
Right. And they both turn Ganon blue.
What you gonna do? Must be getting really close either way. There we go.
Yep. And HayfieldBay has finished as well. Get your GGs in chat. He just needs to cross a little 1x3 bridge. But all in all, not a terrible seed in general.
Yeah, that's 1:42:30 for HayfieldBay. So a minute 45 difference. Probably could have been a minute and a half or less with a slightly better Aga and Ganon fight. So really close either way.
Yeah, and like I said, that sword bailed Brogor out in this race, to be honest with you.
And we are joined here by HayfieldBay. GG.
Yeah, GG's.
Hey. What
Yeah.
was that? What was that?
Sorry about those flippers.
Oh my god. Okay, so... Okay, when I got to Dark World, I saw that the mountain was open, but I saw that Hera was pendant. I don't want to go there now. Okay, let's find Mitz before we go to the mountain. And what was up there? The Mitz. And
Yep.
I didn't like that combination with Pod Eastern. So my next long-term plan was, okay, let's go to Pod and Eastern when I get the mirror. And mirror was in Pod. I kind of knew that, oh, it's so bad move now to go to Hera. I don't have Ice Rod, I don't have a mirror for Turtle Rock, but I was so stubborn with that. I want mirror first before I go to Pod. And that completely messed up everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was probably the difference.
Oh yeah. It's so good chance there's something in Pod. But it's kind of commitment. If you don't find anything in Pod, you kind of have to do the green pendant. So I had that in mind as well. So that's why I did that kind of stupid Turtle Rock tip.
Yeah, and you got your tempered sword there, which was also a nice thing. That let you make up quite a bit of time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Always nice with swords, you know.
Like coming out of beating Trinex, you were 3.5 minutes behind, and you only lost by half that.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost with, was it 1 minute 45 seconds?
Yeah, minute 45.
So
Yeah.
what we found out was the difference was there was a third of the fourth sword was on the left side. So if you had well, it would have been green 20 for you, but Brogor did find the tempered sword when he went right first. It was his first or second chest on the right hand side before going to get the big key. So that bailed him out.
Oh yeah, 1 minute and 45 seconds could easily be eaten up with only Master Sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking now. I hadn't looked at this before, but I see your first match, you won it by only 45 seconds. So you guys are really having a string of close matches here.
Oh yeah, we gotta entertain the audience. And we are going down to the third match between us, so hopefully it will be as much entertaining like this and the other one previous.
Yeah, and you're definitely getting your values worth, given that, whichever of you loses that match is done for the tournament. At least you got 6 races in, whichever of you doesn't make it out of this series.
Yeah, so it's both the matchups will be 2-1. So let's see who will take the. We haven't scheduled yet, but I think we kind of agree with same time tomorrow. But I will talk to Brogor afterwards.
Okay. I'm assuming Brogor is doing a German interview right now. This match was also broadcast on SpeedGaming Deutsch 2. So if you speak German and want to hear Brogor interview, he's over there. I don't know if he's planning to join us after that.
But Brogor did tell me his go mode was Sumaria. I was just, huh? Where was Sumaria again? I don't remember.
I mean, it wasn't his go mode. It was that he put off doing the mushroom forever because, his go mode was flippers. But
yeah, flippers, of course, they are locked behind Sumaria. But that man, did he dip Meyer without Sumaria?
He did
no.
Okay.
But he went in to buy potions earlier and didn't turn in the mushroom. He just completely forgot about it.
Okay. it can happen, Oh.
And he had already, at that point, fake flippered and gotten the powder, so there wasn't even, the question of, do you want to try to save scum it if it turns out not to be useful? Because I noticed you were playing that way, that you had just saved and quit out of the dark world when you turned in the mushroom.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Because, I always want to do the save scum. I didn't check lumberjack, so I'm always scared for that powder there. So I like to save scum the mushroom.
Yeah. And then, of course, you found the one item that makes it so that you're absolutely not save scumming the mushroom.
Oh yeah, Samaria. Hard to fake powder without Samaria. So.
Exactly.
Uh,
And I'm kind of curious what the collection rate difference will be after all this, because you did dip Eastern. Yeah, we noticed you noped out of Eastern after the first 2 chests. What were your thoughts on that?
yeah, I got 2 items. The first 2 chests were items, so I'm out of here. Let's do Smith Chain. Like, I feel there's something behind the mirror. I was kind of right, but it was in Mimic Cave, so that's why I did the mirror checks and everything. And then I started to be worried about Mimic Cave. So, okay, let's do fake flippers now. And after that, I have to do complete Eastern and Pod, which I didn't want to do. So when I got the Ice Rod, okay, let's go. TR, check that Mimic Cave, and it was flippers.
And then Hera basement was still hanging over your head.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate time loss. Went up there to the basement and Spike Cave. So yeah, if I only did the fake flipper stuff after Pod, I will have gotten the Ice Rod and would probably do Turtle Rock because of that Mimic Cave. Because flippers couldn't be on Trinex.
Yeah. Oh, and we are being told to wrap it because we have another match coming in at 5:10.
So yeah, I guess. Well, time flies. So, what is the next match? It looks like it's Azar and Willard.
Asazas and Willard J. Bradley. Their second match. I believe Willard won the first one yesterday, so he's up 1-0.
Okay, well, stay right here, ladies and gentlemen, because that matchup is going on, and there's tons of rando all over, all the Speed Gamings, plus ALTT rando as well. So we have tons of other races as well. But do you want to wrap things up, sir?
Yeah, just once again, thank you to our runners and give them both a follow. Tons of thanks to our tracker Relkin for being so on top of everything here. And he has a race too tonight if you want to check that out at 9 o'clock. And yeah, stick around here for Willard J. Bradley versus Asazas, and be sure to check the schedule for all the other great races going on for this tournament. And I'm Drossi. Nitro, great working with you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.